Don't throw it out the window. Don't throw it out the window, baby. Baby.
Alarm off. Kettle on. Turn this up. Sun peeking through the curtains, we already in gear. Whole town tuned in, bring your coffee over here. Down locked in, yeah, you know how we do. It's the community wake up with news you can use. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. Charles got the headline straight, never hollow. Damali got the game plan, moves you can follow. Traffic and the weather, what's popping at the school. From the block to the boardroom, we keep you in the loop. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. From the front porch to the car hustle, keep it light, keep it real, keep the hometown muscle. Turn it up, let the whole crew know you rockin' with the community wake up morning show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. I am Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper.
And we're here to deliver news you can use, culture, and conversation that moves community forward every single morning.
Today, our theme is healing our community. We will be providing listeners with valuable information about healing our community and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community.
And the vision is a stronger, smarter, more engaged community. It's the midweek reset. So we're going to talk about healing our community. So we're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll get right into our morning affirmations.
Y'all stay locked in.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. Powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
Buy local, build local, support local. The Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by NYCU.FM. Listen live at NYCU.FM 24/7. Local dreams, local dollars, local success.
Welcome to the community wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Here with Charles and
Damali.
Hey, we live Monday through Friday, 7 to 9, right here on NYCU.FM. Hey, when you're listening to that radio station, when you get there, make sure you stroll down and subscribe, because not only do we do the wake up call, but guess what? We play the best R&B and throwback classics 24/7. We
Yes.
also live on KBOB 89.9 FM, telling our story our way. Shout out to Uncle Bobby over there at KBOB 89.9 FM, and also on YouTube, the official World One Development News You Can Use. Damali, it
Yes.
seemed like we were feeling the same vibe today. You know what? Because I see Greenwood on your shirt
Absolutely.
with your favorite color, purple, even though you in the blue and white.
Yes.
I'm representing the Black Wall Street Valley.
Yes.
We up in here, make them say, nah.
No, not today.
Hey, it's Hump Day Wednesday, and we're gonna help y'all get over the hump. Damali, how you feeling today?
You know what? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm
Pretty
here. Everything is working out. You know, it is 39 degrees this morning. We're going up to 68.
Woo!
Yeah, so I'm excited about that, you know, because I think I was a lizard in my other life.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for the sun.
The
You know
good
what I'm saying?
weather
Yes.
is always good in the hood. Let me tell you something. Out there in them streets, people is rolling and strolling today for whatever reason. People getting over. Sometime on Wednesday, people be a little anxious. Stuff get a little crazy.
Mhm.
But that only means it's hump day.
Yes.
It's a reason why somebody said, let's all just get over the hump, because after today is Baby Friday, and we can get to that weekend.
that part.
Yeah,
And
but I
we're
know you're
looking
going to slow
forward
us
to that.
down. We all
Yeah.
hyped up. Go ahead and slow us down. Go ahead.
All right, so we're going to get ready for our morning affirmation because we got to get our mind right.
There you go.
You know, we got to get our mind right. It's been a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on. So actually, the morning affirmation is just a way to just slow down, breathe, pause, and let's just get things right in our heads so that we can start moving forward, right?
Right.
So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Our morning affirmation.
Oh, hold on. I had got my.
Yeah,
We wasn't going.
yes.
We were.
You like the blue side,
I done went into a whole nother. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
we're meditating, okay?
I'm breathing out.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. Okay, so today's morning affirmation says, I am resilient by design. My ancestors survived what was meant to break them, and so will I. So that is so fitting, seeing as if we have Black Wall Street attire on today.
Hey.
That is so fitting. So let's talk about what that really means. Resilient by design means your strength isn't accidental. It's woven into your story, it's in your DNA, and it's in your spirit. You've come from people who endured the unimaginable, people who face systems, hardships, build, love, create, and lead. What was meant to break them didn't destroy them. It redefined them. And that same resilience lives in you. This affirmation is not about ignoring struggle. It's about remembering inheritance. When challenges come, and they will, you are not starting from weakness. You are starting from legacy. Your ancestors survived what was designed to stop them. So you will face difficulty, disappointment, and delay. You can stand firm knowing you were built to endure. You were built to rise. You were built to continue the story, not end it. Resilience is not just an action, it's remembrance. And today you move forward knowing strength has always been a part of who you are. I think
Hey.
couldn't have been a better affirmation for today.
That's right on
just
time,
saying.
Damali.
Right on time.
On this hump day.
On this hump day.
That's
Yes.
what I'm talking about. Thank you, because like I say, a lot of times your day can start faster than you would like for it to start. It can start with a phone call from your kid. It can start from something crazy happen overnight. And Lord, don't turn on the news.
Oh my God.
If you look at the news, there's no telling what has happened around the world that can get you in a different space. So remember to calm down, woosah a little bit. Like you say, Damali, with our daily affirmation gets us in a good headspace with the right kind of energy to meet people. Because when you walk into your workplace, you don't know what you are walking into. But you know what? Everything should change. The vibe and the energy when you walk in. You know how they said, when
The
your
party
feet
don't start
touch
till
the
I walk
floor,
in.
things should start getting right. So
Yes.
you got to walk in that. We have to walk in that so we can get there together.
Yes.
So that's good for me,
absolutely.
Damali.
Yes, absolutely. So this today's theme is healing the community.
Yeah.
So everything that we're going to talk about today is going to revert back to healing the community. Okay.
Right.
You guys know how this goes. This is week 2, day 8.
Yeah.
So we've been rocking and rolling for the last 8 days.
Right.
And so this is how we're going to do it. Everything that we're talking about, it goes back to our topic. Now, yesterday, I just want to bring this up because yesterday we talked about civic empowerment.
We did.
We talked about participation.
Mhm.
And what that looked like, what civic empowerment and what civic participation looked like. And then, yes, we got a call or a text message while we were on air from our state senator saying, hey, I need you guys to announce this. We need to have an emergency meeting. And we're like, okay. So it was breaking news on our show. So we announced that, put it out there to the public, and we went to the meeting on last night.
You know what I was happy about?
What's that?
Thank you to everybody that said I heard it on the Community Wake Up.
Mhm.
And that's why I pulled up, because that's what this show is all about. Remember, early in the morning, get the news that you can use before you start your day. So, Damali, with everybody showing up in flying colors, not just physically, on the live, we had hundreds of people that tuned in. Not just that, friends and allies and partners and cousins tuned in from all over the country. That's on things that's going on in our life, sometime personally, sometime publicly. Because the thing about it, when something can get you into the dark, get you in that dark spot, have you close your blinds and turn off the TV. Now you sitting up there just sitting in the dark by yourself. You don't need to be isolated. Throw that light on, let your friends and family and community know you got something going on, because that way we can get through it together. Because Damali, here's the thing, when we talk about healing and wellness, a lot of times in our community, we've been dealing with trauma.
Yes.
All of our life. The thing about it, we didn't know it. You know what? Because if you had some kind of mental health issue, you crazy. So you can't talk about it. If uncle has something going on, if your kid has something going on, but now we're older, we wiser, and we can talk about these things, and we don't judge each other, because life hit us with a crisis that kind of knocked us off our continents, but we got to get that thing back together. And that's what we're doing on Community Wake Up, and that's why we're happy y'all tuning in with us on this hump day.
So I just brought that up to say we're going to talk about here in a few minutes about the community meeting, but I'm just saying about how things all tie together.
Right.
We had no idea that we were going to get this message from our state senator, and it just so happens that we were talking about civic empowerment, civic engagement, and our responsibility to show up. And so it just all tied in together. So it was amazing, but we'll get to that in just a moment. So we're going to talk about really quick, what does healing the community really mean?
Right.
So healing the community is just more than fixing problems. It's about restoring trust, rebuilding connection, and creating spaces where people feel seen, heard, and valued. Healing means we don't ignore the hurt. We address it together. Communities carry wounds, just like Charles just said. Some are visible, like violence, poverty, or neglect. Others are invisible, like trauma, division, burnout, and broken trust. Healing begins when we acknowledge those wounds instead of pretending that they aren't there. It looks like honest conversation, accountability with compassion, access to mental and emotional support, investment in neighborhoods, and leadership that listens. Healing also means shifting from survival to stability. When a community is always reacting to crisis, it stays tense. But when healing begins, people feel safer. They cooperate more, they participate more, and they believe change is possible. Healing requires grace, it requires patience, it requires unity, and most of all, it requires collective responsibility. No one heals a community alone. It takes families, faith leaders, business owners, youth, elders, and everyday residents choosing connection over division. Here's the truth. Healing doesn't erase the past. It transforms how we move forward. So today, ask yourself, how can I contribute to restoration? How can I speak life instead of adding harm? And how can I support growth instead of staying stuck? Because healing the community means that we're committed to becoming whole together.
I love that, Damali. And the beauty of it is that at some point in our life, we all went through something as a people. And look, we love everybody. Look, black, white, green, and yellow. Let me say that first. But in our community, meaning the African-American community, just imagine the hurt and the trauma and the different things that we carry all of our life as we try to make it, as we try to do good, as we try to raise our kids, as we try to be a good coworker, just make it through life. And then every now and then something triggers us. And man, we go off. And they got to have us. We got to take off for 2-3 days. Go like, well, why you get so mad about that?
That's why we talk about the crash out.
The crash out is probably designed for us because what happens sometimes we don't know what triggers us because it takes us all the way back to our childhood. Because a lot of times you end up not being able to live. We were surviving. Right. We grew up with our parents fighting for just the same stuff we fighting for today. And then sometimes other cultures or other races don't understand that we've been dealing with this all of our life. And so when you decide to say something slick, do something slick, or do something simple on Facebook, we done crashed out on you.
Yes.
Because we've been going with this and you just tired of it. And you don't understand that it started when we was 5 years old, 10 years old. So when you say that one little thing and you look at it like a joke, but you don't understand that life is not a joke. For everybody. Everybody hasn't always had what they needed all of their life. Right. So like you said, Damali, somebody done got slapped, maybe backwards, and that's a pimp slap, and that's always bad. But the thing about it, community wake up is to wake up to those things so we can be a better culture, we can be a better family, a better friend, and we can engage better because at the end of the day, Damali, in this little world we live in, we're going to have to find a way to do it together. We cannot do it apart. And I don't know why people can't get, it don't matter your race and where you're from and none of that. We all Americans. We all humans. And we should find a way to exist. Imagine a harmony if we could just get those barriers out of the way.
Right.
And I think a lot of that starts with leadership.
Yes.
You have a leadership, and I don't know how we design our leadership to separate everybody. Right. Pick this side, pick that side. Well, on the wake up, we're not picking a side. Our side is what's right. And we got to move down the road that way, Damali. But it get tough out here in these streets now.
It absolutely does.
Yeah. What about you? What is maybe something that you could say, man, I didn't realize I needed to heal from that as I was going through life. And maybe when did it show up and you was like, man, this is something I got to deal with before I move on?
Well, I think that things show up in different ways and you don't really realize how they are showing up. Some of us, and I'll say some of us use what we've been through as a crutch.
Right.
Instead of learning from it, growing from it, and moving forward. Example, I didn't grow up with my father at home. Right. You know
Daddy
what I'm saying?
Gone?
Daddy was gone. And so because I didn't grow up, now my mom did remarry, but that wasn't my dad.
That's not who got you here.
Exactly.
And
so, and then there were some things, that maybe I felt like my dad should have, would have been able to share with me had they been together, but that wasn't my reality.
Right.
And I grew up trying to work hard to make sure that my children didn't have that same story. Right. Unfortunately, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And so they ended up having that same story.
So now it's generational.
Now it's generational. Right. And so you don't realize the damage that is done when parents are separated.
Right.
Or, parents are not in the home. But it's not an end all. You just figure out how to cope with it and how to move on. There are certain lessons that I probably could have learned from my dad.
Right.
But it's so funny that I found out as I got to know him in my older years, some of the things that I do, even though we weren't in the same household, he lived in California and we were in Tulsa. But I'm a lot like him.
Right.
And it's like, like we both like fast cars, and he never taught me that, but it was just in my DNA. Right. We both like clean cars. We both like our yards just a certain way. Now he was a little more, stringent about his than I was about mine. But there's just a lot of things that, throughout the years, we're like, oh man.
Right.
That's just kind of, like my
Right.
dad. And so, but I think that, I said all that to say that was not a crutch that I used or an excuse that I made, to not get where I was trying to go.
I know, but here's the thing, Damali. Like you said, when we talk about healing, there is nothing more powerful than a young girl being able to say, I'm going to go tell my daddy. It's nothing. And I think sometimes daddies miss that. And we think about it as a little girl, you in kindergarten, somebody pick on you, somebody push you down, you need something. There's nothing more. Now, mama can show up now and do some karate. No problems there. I'm just saying it's nothing more powerful than hearing daddy's home. I mean, mama home, she getting things organized, all that, but when daddy is home,
Right.
that means we safe.
Yes.
That means if somebody knock on the door, you know who gonna go answer that door. You know if somebody's gonna attack, you know who has to go first. So the Lion King of the family is the daddy. So I feel like it should be, with so many daddies not being there. You got to remember, you still missing your Lion King. And a lot of times, like you said, as you get older, that's a huge void that's sitting there. So how have you had to cope and adjust to that in ways that may have made your life a little unhealthy because you're compensating for something that's not there? Because my Lion King wasn't there to look out for me all these years. I didn't have to find a way to navigate all of this stuff. So I think the beauty of healing is you and I even being able to tell our story. My thing would be, man, me realizing that my oldest sister had to be like my mom.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that till I got older. Now I have such a different lens for my oldest sister because I didn't realize, man, my mama was gone a lot, whether that was work or travel. But imagine being just the older sister. You're only 2 years older than me, and we staggered like 2 years each. But then I could remember, man, my sister trying to clean, she trying to get us together. And a lot of times, because of situations, the older siblings end up carrying the weight of the family growing up too soon. And guess what? Oh, my older sister couldn't wait to get out the house.
That was me. I mean, I was the oldest. I'm the oldest.
Boy, the older sisters are mamas in the house. And that's something that goes on in our community, whether it's financial, whether it's because people couldn't get whatever it is. But these are still things we have to find a way somewhere to heal from. If not, we ran into people 80 years old, still unhealed. Because daddy / the Lion King couldn't say Mufasa. You know what I'm talking about? There's a reason why when they said Mufasa, everybody started shaking and shimmering. But I think that I'm glad we're doing this because I feel like we can begin to be better if we can have safe spaces. But we can talk as a community. Now when we show up, man, like you said, to community affirmation, we can relax. We can let our shoulders down and be like, okay, daddy wasn't there, but my coach was there. A mentor was there. My uncle was there. My grandpa was there. My big cousins was there. And those kind of things. So I'm still flexing my Superman, but we still got to deal with them areas where we are not healed in.
And I absolutely agree with that. And I say this, just like our morning affirmation said, we were built to endure, to rise, to continue the story and not to end it. So what I say to that is, a lot of times when people talk about, Black women are too strong, they just too this, they just too that. We don't want to do that. We don't have a choice.
Think that got something to do with the Lion King not being in the house?
Absolutely, 100%. Because you got to stop and think: who's gonna protect the cub if daddy ain't there? We coming to the rescue.
The lioness is coming and she's coming and good. And the lioness don't care if it's a polar bear at the door.
Absolutely.
It don't care who is at that
paws.
door. That you're going to get what mama got.
Yeah.
Because because here's the thing. The bottom line is this. To be dad, to be the real man, here's the deal. A lot of people don't think about this. And it is a weight. And it's good to talk about it because Black men, we be under attack for all kind of stuff. Now, I'm not giving no excuses, but that's just the reality of how we come up. We're just viewed as a threat. When they do police training, who face do they put up to shoot at if it's dangerous? You know what I mean? If they say somebody robbed somebody, even if we didn't have nothing to do with it, who face do they normally put on TV? If they talk about a robber, a thief, a killer, it's our face that they use. So no matter where we go, you got to remember the reality is it is what it is. That's why we got to have our own media. But the bottom line is this: to be a real man, you know what I mean, Damali?
What's that?
And I didn't think about this till I got about 35. It really means to be ready to die at all times. To be a real man, the reality is whether you at work or you at home or you at the church, it literally is being on standby, ready to die at any time. Because if the kids are asleep, mama asleep, and somebody start banging on that door, you don't know what's on the other side of that door at home at 3 a.m.
That's
but guess what? Daddy life on the line. A real man right there. Now, if the man jump under the bed and the woman have to go to the store, now you need to kick him out. Now you got
that's your ticket out of here, bro.
Yeah, but at work, we run an event center. We in here right now, minding our business. But if some start banging on the door at the front right now, Brother Charles' life is on the line right now. I got to say, Damali, I'll be back. I can't send you. I got to say, you stay here. You see what I'm saying? So you got to remember that. And I think maybe that's the responsibility sometimes, because some men get kind of scared. But the bottom line is part of being a real man, and that is a weight that you have to carry, because if you stuck in traffic, if you hear somebody done jumped on your kid at school, daddy life on the line, because he coming in there, he got to clean things up.
Right.
Now, does it mean that has to happen? No, but think about how many men are dead and gone because they were just trying to protect their family, their friends, their cousins, or whatnot. So I'm just going to say with your brothers out there, y'all be careful out there in them streets, because being a real man, if you never thought about it, is your life is on the line 24/7 all of your life. And you got to remember that at all times, because my daughters, Glow and Matt, you already know, and people already know they can have a boyfriend, they can have a husband, and I stay out of their business because I understand when you're trying to have a relationship. Let me tell you that, men, stay, let your girls be grown, but I still let them know. My sisters' husbands know. Don't touch my sisters, don't touch my little cousins, don't touch my daughters like they're a grown man. Call me. Because I don't want them to have to call me. You can call me and say, come get them. Because let me tell you something, my sisters can get, I ain't going to say it on a lot.
But you know
my
what?
sisters can get crunk and my daughters can get crunk. Now, let me tell you that. And sometimes to tell them, now, you got to calm down.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to be out here slapping people. Now, you're making it harder for your dad to defend you, because you can't be out here.
Yeah, starting stuff.
You can't be out here starting something because your daddy on the way. I'm not saying do that. So for you girls out there to be starting stuff, do something to me. I'm going to tell my daddy, because women do that.
We have some of those.
Look, they'll slap you. Slap me back. I'm going to call my daddy. Don't do your daddy like that. That's the beauty of listening to the community wake up, because we keeping it real and we keeping it 100, and hopefully we giving you some nuggets that you can live by and go by.
So we're talking about healing the community. That is our theme today.
Without slapping.
Without slapping. Without hitting. Okay.
Without hitting. Without punching.
And some of this is, so a lot of the responsibility does start at home. It starts at home first. Right. So we've got to figure out a way to heal. And sometimes we don't realize that we are experiencing trauma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is just all we know.
Right.
If you grew up in a situation, in an environment that was undesirable, and sometimes you don't even know that it's undesirable. If I grew up in poverty, but then somehow I get to college and I make it, then you're like, man.
Right.
Us eating beanie weenies every day. I didn't know.
Right.
You don't really realize the dysfunction or the trauma that you live through sometimes until you get to the other side. All we're saying is this: at the end of the day, there should be no excuse for you not to excel and to live the type of life you want to live. It don't matter if daddy wasn't there. It don't matter if mama wasn't there. It don't matter if they were on drugs and, all that. It don't matter. At the end of the day, what do you want for your life? Who does God say you are?
Come on.
And what are you going to do about living up to who God said you are?
Right.
Okay, I ain't a preacher, and I ain't going to start preaching.
Let me say amen, though. Because you said something that was worth amen right there. But when you say trauma, I'm going to tell you something that's trauma in the food. Ramen noodles for y'all is trauma for the community, because you don't think about it. And then it becomes a ramen noodle competition at home. Who can make the best one? And I'm thinking of them now, and I like them because I used to like the chicken, and then I would like the beef, and I would like even the pork. But I didn't even realize how much sodium was in ramen noodles until I was like 30 years old. And here's what's so crazy. Now that our kids don't even have to eat ramen noodles, the first thing they want to buy.
It's ramen noodles.
You know what? We done put ramen noodles in our kids' DNA. It's in our
Man.
DNA. Since we had kids, they was eating what we was eating. I didn't think
Man.
about that, y'all, until right now. Since we grew up eating ramen noodles in college, it got into the DNA. So when you, I just thought about the Damali on Community Wake Up. That's why our kids like ramen noodles so much. It's in their DNA.
Stand ramen noodles.
We had to survive. Did you used to eat them?
I ate them. Listen, my very first job
Ramen noodles?
after no.
Oh,
my
okay.
first job actually was at Kentucky Fried Chicken, but so I'll say my second, my real job, you know, when I got into
KFC is a real job now.
Well,
if you
yeah,
getting
I
up
guess
and
for
going to work
somebody.
and clocking in, no matter what you do, it's a real job. Treat it like
it
that.
is a real job,
It's a
but
real
I
job.
think my I guess corporate or company job, I'll
There
say
you go.
that,
There you go.
was at Avis Car Rental. And I had 2 little kids, married. You know, my husband and I, we had bought us a house, but it was a fixer upper. So, you know, of course, but which is cool because
That's cool.
I like fixer uppers. But, you know, so all of our money was going into that. That's what I'm trying to say. And all I could eat every single day for 5 years for lunch was ramen noodles.
For 5 years?
For 5 years.
Get out of here, Damali.
If I don't eat another ramen noodle for the rest of my life, I done ate enough.
For 5 years, every day?
5 years, every single day. I had all the flavor.
Now check this
The
out.
vegetable, the
Now,
like all the
but let
flavors.
me tell you why God is good.
What's that?
Do you have high blood pressure right now?
I do not.
And that's an impossible task. Who eats ramen noodles for 5 years straight,
5 years.
every day?
Every day.
That's proof that God exists. With the 3,000 things of sodium in each packet. Yeah, I didn't realize there was so much sodium in ramen noodles in that one little package I got grown. I'm like, it's 1,500 grams of sodium. And I used to make 2 things of ramen noodles. Well, but not just that, I cut up a hot link.
I know, right?
You cut up a hot link or a hot dog,
Yeah.
and then put hot sauce.
Now I didn't do the hot sauce.
Hold on. So I'm sitting around with 10,000 grams of sodium. That's enough for the month. But this is just, and I'm going to do this maybe twice a day.
Right.
You know, so I'm just saying sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And we're talking about healing because the things we had to eat and do sometimes leads to our demise.
Yes.
So now at 21 and 25, we are diabetical. I know it's diabetes, but type 2 diabetes.
Right.
We dealing with high blood pressure.
Yeah.
We dealing with a high cholesterol.
Yeah.
Not because we wanted to, but that was our only
environment.
option.
Yeah. Our
Yeah.
environment.
So a lot of these things we're talking about, we're healing emotionally, physically, spiritually, all these different areas of life, financially. We're healing in all these different areas. So Damali, let me go to the live. We haven't forgot about y'all. We in here like we by ourselves. We at the bottom. It's 34 after the hour. It's almost 40 degrees. It's going to be a nice day. But let me go to the live. Dr. Tamika White Rogers.
What's
Put
up,
some respect
Doc?
on the name. She said, good morning, let's go. And she flexed
Yes.
on us too. Sister Teresa Elliott is live.
What's up, older sister?
Your mom, my mom
Hey,
is
mommy.
on. Uncle Brian said, good morning, niece. But
Good
he makes
morning,
me
Uncle.
acknowledge him. I acknowledge the one and only, the great Uncle Brian. He's in the building. Jeremiah Blackwell,
What's up, Jeremiah? Where you been?
a.k.a. History,
Yes.
a.k.a. down in the Gulf of Mississippi, a.k.a. the Maestro.
Yes.
We're going to leave it at the Maestro right there. Hey, we got Puerto Rico on today.
What?
Puerto Rico's in the house. We
Come on,
seen
Puerto
y'all at the
Rico.
Super Bowl. We seen y'all at the Super Bowl with the Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Didn't he get down?
Oh, he did.
Didn't he get down?
He
So
did.
Puerto
He did
Rico, welcome to the show. We appreciate that. We also have live in studio none other than the world famous. I love this brother, Robert L. Caddy.
Okay. What's up?
Keeping it
kid?
better. Man, we got to have him on the show.
I know, right?
You talking about getting it together.
Mhm.
This brother get together in summer.
Yeah.
Is right around the corner.
Good, right around the corner.
Dr. Tamika said, yes, you are Teresa Elliott. So I'm going to go back. Uncle Chess.
Hey, Uncle Chess, how
Uncle
are you?
Chess is in the building with it. We got somebody, Muhammad. I can't pronounce the first, but I'll get back to it. But I think he's from a different country. I can tell on the picture. Appreciate you tuning in. Uncle Bobby Eaton is in the building.
Hey, Uncle Bobby.
Mr. Energizer said, what's up, Big Rock? And Queen Damali.
What's up,
I
AJ?
see China is on. I see Japan is on. I see Ashley Grant.
Ashley,
The
how are you,
councilwoman
sister?
for Cherokee Nation is live with us. District 5 is in the house. Thank you for tuning in. We also got Alicia Walker in here with
Hey,
us.
Alicia.
Man, we got a lot of people woke up. We've just been sitting here talking. We got a couple hundred secret listeners. So let's just get back to healing in our community.
Yes. So we're gonna move to our next section, which is our community update.
Uh-oh.
So on yesterday, we got breaking news
Right.
while we were on the show about a town hall meeting that was going to take place. Our state senator, Regina Goodwin, sent us a message and said, hey, let people know that we're going to have this meeting and I need for you guys to show up. We obliged.
Right.
Because we try to do what we supposed to do in community and
Right.
show up. But our topic yesterday was about civic engagement and our civic duty in communities in order to show up and participate, right? So we showed up as we should have. And it was a very interesting discussion.
Yeah, it was.
So shout out to all the community that showed up, because as
Right.
I went live. So if you did not get to see the meeting, then you can go to our World One Development Facebook page and see I mean, like from the time I left my car all the way until the meeting got started and ended, I was live.
Yeah, now don't go right now. Stay with us now.
Yeah.
When the show is done, so at 9:00, then you go to World One Event, stroll up, and we was live the entire time, and it got very, very, very interesting.
Very
at the meeting.
interesting.
It got a little tense.
Mhm.
It got a little hot. I want to say lukewarm, but it went beyond, like the water just had started to boil.
Mhm.
But what we talked about on the show yesterday, let's keep calm heads.
Mhm.
You know, let's still speak in love. And I feel like our leaders did that last night.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell it was
Yeah.
a little tension there,
Mhm.
but shout out and kudos to our community, because we found the way to use our words and the right words to still operate in love. And even though it was a lot of passion
Right.
in what was being said.
Yes, absolutely. So, what happened last night was our state senator, Regina Goodwin, called a meeting because she wanted to outline what she called a threat to the Tulsa Reconciliation Scholarship Program,
Right.
which was created over 20 years ago to assist descendants of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre.
Right.
After decades of underfunding, the program has seen a surge in activity.
Right.
So I think initially she said that when she got into office, there was like $800,000 in the account. She has been able to get like 1.3
million.
and so now the account currently has like $2.3 million
Right.
that they are dispersing. Last year, they dispersed $106,000
Which is
to
good.
students for scholarships.
Right.
And they're wanting to do more.
Right.
The goal is to be able to do more. So the money, the principal amount has been put in a trust. And what they're doing is giving the scholarships off of what is earned on the return. On what's actually in the trust. And so there's a lot of discussion, though, about how we protect that scholarship fund.
Right. And the two things, too, I think they headlined it was the bill.
Mhm.
So when we got in, it said this bill.
Right. So we're going to get into
we're
that.
going to touch that. Okay.
So there are two competing bills.
Okay.
Right
Now, hold
now.
up. Now, this is the time. Click share or get your pen and pad out, because this is extremely important, because we're talking about millions of dollars.
Yeah.
We're talking about scholarship. We're talking about the urgency to not let these funds be stolen
Mhm.
or reallocated or any of those things.
Right.
So what are the two bills we're dealing with?
So our state senator, Regina Goodwin, has a bill. It's Senate Bill 2040. And she kind of outlined what that bill was. There are some changes that they're wanting to make to the verbiage, basically around the words. In the bill currently, it reads that they may be able to do certain things.
Right.
She wants to change that to shall. If you know anything about law,
Yes.
the difference between may and shall, may gives you discretion.
Right.
Shall means it's going to happen.
It
That's
is
what we're going to
law.
Yeah.
That is going to happen.
This is what we're
It's
doing.
a guarantee now.
Exactly. And so some of those things are just to kind of clean up the bill,
Right.
or to clean up the legislation so that it clearly states and protects the demographic that it was intended for.
Right.
Right. Now, I love the fact that what she did do was clarify that this scholarship is for anybody.
Right.
Anybody can apply. And some of the, constituents were not happy about that because they were like, hey, if this is for, if this is the Tulsa Reconciliation Scholarship that is for descendants of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, why can people of other races apply for it?
How did you feel about that, though, personally? Like, how, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. So how did you feel when you really didn't know the details of what the senator spoke about? Because there's money for descendants and all of that, Black Wall Street, and that's what the bill is written for. But when you heard that anybody can apply for the scholarship, what did you initially, like your first response to it?
My first thought was I was shocked
Right.
to even know that that anybody could apply, that
Right.
any college or any high school student could apply. So I was kind of shocked. I'm like, why would any high school
When it's a
student be able to apply?
reconciliation,
Yeah, like it
yeah.
should only apply to the African American community because we were the ones harmed in the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre.
Right.
But her explanation was this: these are tax dollars.
Right.
Everyone in community, doesn't matter race, everyone contributes to the fund.
Black, white, green, yellow, Hispanic, tribal, it don't matter. Everybody puts into it.
Yeah.
So it really kind of makes like common sense.
It makes sense.
Even though we name it this,
Mhm.
if everybody putting into it, everybody got to have access to
Mhm.
it. So I had to learn that too, because I'm like everybody else. It's already seemed like we're lacking in so many areas.
Mhm.
Now, do I not wish we could? Because it seemed like other areas has the monies
Mhm.
and the means to go to college anyway.
Right.
A lot of time it's us's. You know, we going back and forth in this code switching thing, but a lot of time it's us's. The people that need to know what us's mean, know what it
Right.
mean,
If you
don't
know, you know.
have access. So our kids that got a 4-point GPA have been very studious. They don't miss school. They still don't have enough money to go to college. So of course we're going to prefer for them to have
Right.
that gap funding they need so they can also still go to college. But the thing about it, Damali,
Yeah.
full transparency, we're not in everybody's households.
Right.
Whether they black, white, green, or yellow, we don't know. We just really going from the assumption of our reality
Right.
and what we know we deal with.
Mhm.
So Senator Regina Goodwin did a great job in just explaining, yeah, everybody puts in the pot, so everybody has access to the pot. And it makes sense to me, and I'm good with that. Are you good with it?
You know, I am actually good with it. And then, but what she talked about was to maintain the integrity, and the reason why the scholarship was created. Then the folks of descent
Right.
from or descendants from the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre would have preference.
Right.
And she explained what preference mean and how they are trying to clarify that preference, because if you are a descendant, that is what this is created for. And an example that she used was like if you were a police officer,
Right.
and you are a descendant of someone who got killed in the line of duty, then there is a fund that's set up, a scholarship fund that is set up for those individuals.
Right.
Right. Anybody can apply.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. That was
Right.
the first I'd ever heard of that. So there were she named off several different funds or scholarship funds that were available for people, and anybody can apply, but you had preference if you had these particular things, you know, in your lineage.
It's something else that caught my eye, Damali, was it was the fact that initially some years back, because they take the monies in the trust and they invest this money. So you got to remember that, because it's a trust. And her issue was when they was initially giving scholarships to people, they was only giving them $1,000.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of going to the town hall meeting was urgent. And she's like, for $1,000, you can barely get gas money if you're going out of state
Or
to get to
books.
the college.
Or get books.
So then they raised it to $2,000, which was better. But anybody that went to college know that still is going to be a challenge, especially when this is a trust. And they finally raised it now to each person gets $6,000. Now, $6,000 is pretty good, you know, and you can get this scholarship every year. So you can get up to $24,000 over 4 years. That's a pretty good scholarship. You add $6,000 to that balance sheet, that helps a lot. But here's another thing: civil engagement, participation. You can't fake showing up. So everybody, kids, black, white, green, or yellow, are entitled to this, but you got to show up and get the information, because later on we're going to tell you where to go to apply for these scholarships, because it's millions of dollars and they are available right now.
Yes. So State Representative Ronald Stewart was there at the meeting, and he talked about, actually, the senator laid out both of the bills side by side.
Right.
This is what they are. This is what they're about. These are the differences. And this is what the intent was, because when State Representative Don Ross,
Right.
He is one of the creators of this bill, of this legislation, right?
Right.
And so she brought out the advisory board, who are actually one of the people on the advisory board is former state representative Don Ross's daughter, Donna Ross, right? And so they understand and know the intent behind that piece of legislation. And so what the debate is that there are two different pieces of legislation. One piece, which is being proposed by State Senator Regina Goodwin, more closely matches what the intent was for the scholarship fund in the first place.
And per the committee.
Yes.
So the other two committee members was Janetti Marshall,
yes,
former school board member forever, and then also Joy McConaughey, who I could say she's a descendant, and she's always in the community doing great work. So those were the committee members that were present and on the stage.
Right. And so then you have this House bill 3051, which is a watered down version, according to some in the audience. Right. Some community members, it's a watered down version of the original intent of the House bill. Now, we had the opportunity last night to hear from State Representative Ronald Stewart.
Right.
What his thought is because the legislation that State Senator Regina Goodwin has been working on, it's been a battle for her to try to get this legislation passed. She's been making changes. She's been trying to, but still trying to keep the character and integrity of the legislation more closely to what Don Ross and all of those that helped craft the original piece of legislation were looking for, right? And so she's been working on that. But Ron Stewart's thought was, let's have a plan B just in case. This doesn't pass. Let's have this plan B. Well, community is like, hey, that's dividing community. We shouldn't have two different plans. This is the plan. Let's stick to the original plan. So that's what the meeting was about, to kind of explain the differences between the two, and then to also hear from community what they wanted. Now, one thing I will say about State Representative Ronald Stewart, he stood up and said everything that State Senator Goodwin said was absolutely correct.
And he supports it, and he voted for it.
Absolutely. And so, and he told community, hey, this is the deal. If you guys are opposed to it, I still have possession of the bill. It hasn't gone anywhere. If you don't like it, we can scrap it.
Because I'm working for the people. He just saying, his point was, in the event this don't make it, if we have a backup plan, it's better to have something. But then I saw on the news last night, and I won't say which news channel. Well, it's Fox 23. It don't matter. It's news, so it's public. But then Regina said that this is the plan A. And basically, if you have a plan A, which is what we want, why do you even need a plan B? So that's really the difference. Because I know we can't harp on this because y'all don't want to hear about this forever. You can go back and watch the video. But the bottom line is this. State Senator Regina Goodwin and the people that's following that bill says, if you got a good plan A, don't be divided. Let's stick to this, and you don't need a plan B. State Representative Ronald Stewart is saying, in the event we don't get this, because it's been a fight for about 4 or 5 years, really going back 25 years, then let's have something that's here, so maybe we can have something going. But they feel like that something, community sound like they're saying that something just ain't right. Did Keith Sweat sing that? It ain't just something. We're not saying it wasn't right, but our feeling from community is they feel like something wasn't right. So y'all go check it out. Thanks for pulling up, because we're not going to have y'all hijack listening to bills all day. We got other stuff, but it's very important in our community. And if we have challenges, Damali, in our community, trust me, you got these same things, whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, California, Arkansas. Trust me, your community is dealing with the same thing. So be tapped in.
Absolutely. And the other thing that I want to say about this is that, when you go and you learn, knowledge is what helps us get to the other side. And to come with an open mind and hear, for ourselves, what's going on. And I can tell you, it was a packed house. And if you go back and look at the video, you'll see. But just to know that so many people attended. Now, there were a lot of people that left and they were frustrated. And, because of the fact that there were two bills. But listen, this is what I say about this. We have folks that are working for us, and you see the work and what they're trying to think of about is for the future. What does this look like? So I get, and I hear both sides. And so I would just encourage every person to go pull up the bills. So you can go to the government websites, the state of Oklahoma, and you can look at all the proposed House bills,
Right.
and you can see you can track those bills. So in the Senate, it's Senate Bill 2040. The House bill is 3051. Go pull them up, read the words for yourself, and track the changes, and listen to our show. Or our recording when State Senator Regina Goodwin is talking about the bills and giving her explanation, and that'll give you some background for you to interpret those words for yourself.
All right, appreciate it. I'm gonna go to the live real quick. Some other people had tuned in. David, Donna Jones.
Hey,
They
how
are
y'all
not
doing?
secret listeners today. Good to see your own Gina.
Mhm.
What's going on, family? What's going on,
hey.
Soror? She said, "Good morning, my beautiful family. Good morning to
morning.
you as well." We got my cousin, Miss Pearlie Newton.
Hey, good morning.
She's on the live. Thanks for tuning in. She says, "Good morning, family." Guess who else is up? They done recovered.
Who is that?
My little brother Dominique.
Hey,
Hopper,
Dominique.
AKA
How
Donnie.
are you?
He said, "Are these funds available for Arkansas students also? I have one in college."
So they are only that question, and that's a great question, Dominique.
Right.
So the answer to that question is yes and no. And this is what the yes and no is. Yes, if your child is a descendant of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre.
Right.
Because what happened is when the massacre took place, then people scattered all across the country
Everywhere.
to get away. So yes, if your child is a descendant, but then they have to go to school in Oklahoma.
Right.
So that's the only caveat. So they can be from somewhere else, but they have to come back to Oklahoma in order to go to get their education.
And Oklahoma has some pretty good schools.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of doing your homework. So kind of see if you're tied in, if you're a descendant, and if so, then you can apply, and you just got to now I'm going to tell you to go to AOU, HBCU in the house, but you got a whole lot of other great colleges here in Oklahoma that you can definitely go and attend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Back to the live real quick. We also got Shella Bell.
Hello,
Thanks for tuning
how are
in.
you?
Said good morning. Our royalty, Miss Ernestine Broom.
Hey, Miss
Live
Broom.
in studio. And Uncle Brian said his comment, it came and went. So that
Uh-oh.
means you're saying something slick. I appreciate you pulling it back.
Uncle Brian said it's time to get our affairs in order so we can get to living.
That's it. That's
Mhm.
it. I totally agree. So for everybody that came out last night, thank you so much. We appreciate it for you showing up, and it was tons on, but we'll keep you updated as things progress.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we're up to the Black History Did You Know fact.
Time to get that thinking cap on.
It's Black History Trivia with Charles and Damali.
All right, so the Black History Trivia fact. Did you know that Mary Eliza Mahoney, born May 7, 1845, is considered the first professionally trained African-American nurse in the U.S.? She became a registered nurse after graduating from the New England Hospital for Women and Children Nursing School in 1879. Mahoney was one of 4 graduates and the only African-American to graduate in her class. The rigorous nursing program consisted of classes, research, and 16-hour days of ward duty, overseeing 6 patients at a time. Man, that's a lot.
That's a lot of patients.
She spent much of her 40-year career working in private homes, likely due to the unwillingness of hospitals to hire Black nurses. Mahoney was one of the first African Americans to join the American Nursing Association, ANA, and also supported the creation of the National Association of Colored Graduate Nurses. NACGA is the acronym for that, as an alternative to the ANA, since many states and local chapters excluded African Americans. So this has been your Black History Did You Know fact right here on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali.
And with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We did see Miss Maybelle Wallace over Theater
Miss
North
Maybelle.
with her 96-year-old good-looking self
I know.
running around like she full. I'm Miss Maybelle, where you come from? We've been on the show, turned up, but y'all stay locked in. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into something a little deeper that you do not want to miss. Stay locked in.
Theater North Art Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play, Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated. Buy local, build local, support local. The Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by NYCU.FM. Listen live at NYCU.FM 24/7. Local dreams, local dollars, local success.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at worldonedevelopment.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
It's the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let me tell you something right now. It's going down, y'all. It's hump day. We're going to call it the midweek reset. We live on NYCU.FM. We're live on KBOB 89.9 FM. Also, remember, the juice is over there for you young high school kids that won't be a part of media.
Yeah.
Check out the juice, baby, because they make it happen. They do stuff local, national, and they even took that thing to Uganda.
They did.
And they turned up one time. You can also check us out on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. And then on NYCU.FM, remember, we playing those fresh jams all day long, 24/7. And then on that night shift, we got Mr. Energizer from 11 to 3, and he be in the J-Bone Lounge down there in the dirty South, down there in Jacksonville, Arkansas. But then DJ JB Smooth, the Super Mix from 2 to 6. And then remember, we got Soul of Sunday every Sunday with Corey D from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then we got the smooth jazz, Damali, that come to him right after that. But today you're on Community Wake Up, where we are live Monday through Friday from 7 to 9, giving you the news that you can use. This is day 8.
Yes.
We still been turned up. It's hump day. We're going to get you over the hump. We're talking about healing and wellness in our community.
In our community.
Damali.
Hey, you know what? And I forgot to tell y'all, yesterday was Taco Tuesday, and we did get those tacos.
We got them
Just
tacos.
wanted y'all to know.
They was good, too. I might make a Taco Wednesday, too. But we get the good of them tacos, boy. It don't even go together.
They don't go together. It's Wellness Wednesday.
Making me think about. Okay, Damali, when we talk about healing and wellness in our community, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing that comes to my mind is we got to watch what we eat.
Man, because we sure like to eat, y'all. Man. We like to eat. What is the thing that gets you when it comes down to eating? The thing that you be like, this is the thorn in my side. Oh, Damali be doing all right till she see or smell this.
Bread
from heaven. Bread from heaven. Feed Damali till she won't no more. Is that what you're saying?
That's why I slid down that slippery slope at Woods.
Let me tell you, let me tell you something about bread / croissants and all of that. Let me tell you some places you can get into trouble. Don't go to Charleston and get them croissants.
Boy.
With that butter, honey.
That honey butter? Oh my God.
They just melt I mean, you can eat about 3 of them before you even realize what's going on. I'm telling you another spot that's dangerous. Texas Roadhouse.
Ooh, Texas Road. Listen, my
With that
daughter
butter?
will go and just buy 12, just she'll just buy just bread and just eat it. But she only weigh $105, so she can do that.
I'll say if you have a wellness challenge, y'all let us know on the live. I'm gonna tell you, my wellness challenge is sweets.
Yeah.
Peach cobbler, strawberry cake, German chocolate cake, banana pudding, which is my favorite.
Yes.
When it comes to the sweets, your brother Charles be weak in the knees. When I see it, I start trembling and shaking.
Right.
But what I have to
Shake it
do,
down.
I got to manage that because the sweet tooth brings about diabetical.
Yes.
And I do not want to lose a limb, Damali.
Yeah,
but even in that, think about it. Even when we know something's a challenge to our health, this old body be craving things.
Man.
So we're saying this to say we understand the battle, but we have to adjust our health and our wellness. When you think about wellness, what is your challenge?
Oh, wellness. My primary challenge, I would say, just to be able to get into the gym consistently. And so this is the thing for me. Once I start going, then I get into a rhythm and I'm good. But if I fall off, like if we got, a couple of huge events back to back, or if we have to go out of town or something like that, and I fall off, it may be just another 2-3 weeks before I can get back in the gym and get back into the routine.
Let me tell you what's a challenge to
What's
me
that?
is that it's like the bread, the croissants and the bread and the butter, that stuff never falls off. You're like, it never disappears. It's like the craving and the want never goes away.
Right.
But that gym, once you get out of that routine, I agree with you, it's pretty tough. I'll say my wellness challenge is I have the white coat thing.
White coat syndrome. Yeah.
Your brother Charles, I'm at home, my blood pressure looking good, 120/75. And as soon as the white coat come in,
As soon as the doctor come in,
I'm 200/200. And the more you take it, the higher I can go. I can go as high as you want. At this point, they be like, "How are you still alive?" I said, "You know what?" And I think
as soon as you leave, I'm gonna be all right.
Get out of the room, and I'm back. And I've been like that since I was 30. And now I'm in the 50 club.
So what is it about the white coat?
You know what? I think when I was 30, they said you're borderline high blood pressure. Borderline. And this is what I think started. So some of you doctors out there, it was a setup. They said, well, we're going to give you 90 days. If you come back, we are going to give you pills to take the rest of your life. Pills to take forever. And that's what set in. I'm like, man, I don't want to be taking no pills because all my cousins say, man, when you take the pills, everything stop working. What? I don't want nothing to stop working. Can we be real with it, Damali?
Yeah.
I want nothing. That might be
Right.
But anyway, I think that when I start going back and I do it, I work out, I train, I drink water, I do everything else. But I think that's what it stemmed from.
Right,
I'm thinking they trying to put me on some medication, and medication is needed. Now, when doctor come back with the medical report, we'll get more into that. But I just want to make sure. I just don't want to take something. Then this is what happens. I look at the news, minding my own business. If you've been taking this, you too could die in the next 2 weeks because they didn't tell you it give you fatigue. It dries off your mouth and it gives you diarrhea. And it does. And I'm like, it seems like as soon as people. I'm like,
that's right. No,
Damali,
I'm telling the truth.
How can they even put this stuff on TV?
Listen, once you hear all the side effects, I'm like, I'm out. I ain't taking none of that. It's over with.
What I don't like, because I feel like it's a Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at the commercial for a certain medication,
they're throwing flowers.
You see somebody on a boat, you see them on a yacht, and you see all this. So that's what you're looking at. But then when they talking, you could die. You may never see your kids again. You may experience
your ears
dizziness.
might fall off.
Your ears might do
tongue
this.
might fall
your
out.
Ankles might get. And you're like, come on now, don't try to Jedi mind trick. Because all I do is listen and read. I'm not even paying attention to the picture.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, to your question, I think some of those things have to do with it. But that's why it's good to have a good doctor, have your good primary care physician.
Yes.
One that keep it real with you, one that can relate to you. So get you a doctor, find you one that maybe that can relate to, that cares about you, your family, and your well-being. And I think that right there make everything better. So that is my challenge sometime, is that.
All right, so it's 5 past the hour.
Yes.
And today we're going to talk about what it means to heal our community.
Want to go to the live first?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to let you go to. Oh, I forgot you can't even see the live.
I can't even see the
live.
Stroll
down the live, Damali.
Yes. So sad. So sad.
Go on, give people a shout out and we just do it. I went to the top, so you can just scroll down and give some shout outs and all that.
Let's see. Teresa says that she's a mama bear, protected mind. at all costs. That is, and then Dr. Tamika said, "Yes, Teresa Elliott, you are."
And let me say this right here, Teresa, Masa, she protects us. Look,
right.
If you see Teresa sitting at that door, in my mind, we got 2 polar bears up there because I'm not worried about no horn. If Teresa Elliott, she's smiling, her teeth are super white. But trust me, if she at the door, I'm not worried about the door no more.
Right.
Because Teresa, she's smiling at you, but she got something for y'all at the same time.
Right. Teresa says she don't like them oodles and noodles.
Oh my God, stay away from them. They are very harmful.
Oh my God. Uncle Bobby said parents need to be parents and not trying to be their kids' best friends. Now, you speaking right there.
I
That's
totally
bars.
agree. I totally
Have
agree.
deep conversations and love on them, and they'll share a lot of what's going on in their lives. Totally agree with that. Let's see, who else had a comment? Uncle Brian said he put cheese on his ramen noodles. Yummy. No.
Uncle Brian, they said don't knock it till you try it. I ain't never tried it. I don't know if I'm gonna ever eat ramen noodles again.
I probably not.
But if somebody makes something that look good, I'll take a bite just to verify and authenticate what you're saying. But ramen noodles and cheese, that's more sodium. So one piece of cheese is 400 more grams of sodium. So we going higher.
Right.
In that regard.
Right. Absolutely. Let's see who else had a comment.
You can just give some people some shout outs.
I see. Well, you gave all the shout outs. I see Sheila Bell is on here. Marquise Dennis, chocolate chip cookies and bread are his weaknesses.
Chocolate
now,
chip
warm
cookies.
chocolate chip cookies. How about them DoubleTree chocolate chip
You
cookies?
should have seen Dr. Tamika White, Dr. Tamika Rogers laughing at me last night. Because Marquise, to your point, as soon as I got to the town hall meeting last night, I smelled chocolate chip cookies. I went straight and got 2 of them. I got the chip. I was hungry yesterday. Y'all just don't know.
Y'all gonna see it on the live because I turned it around. He said, "Get that camera off me."
Get that camera out of my face. I done told people I'm on the diet, and I'm just. I think Brother Caddy, somebody gonna see them like, Charles, you are not a good example to the community. Exactly. You sit on the front row eating all the cookies. I'm sitting up there like the Cookie Monster, y'all. But anyway, Marquise did say if I run for president, we verified. We seen him last night. He's 6'4", 310. So if I run for president, I'm already feeling safe.
Right. DeLorean Sanders said, "What's up?"
Hey, what's going on, Fred? Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders, 30 years.
Right.
Tulsa Police Department.
Lillian Rideout Harper says, "You and your brother are just alike with the sweets."
Oh my God, for real? Bro, you didn't tell me about that. Donnie never put the sweets on. All he ever posts and show me is the healthy stuff he eat.
Right.
Bro, I'm eating a salad. He sent it to me and all my siblings.
Right.
I'm eating a salad. I just tried something.
But
cabbage.
he told on himself. He said, "Yes, the cinnamon rolls and the cobbler of any kind."
Any kind of cobbler. Apple cobbler, peach cobbler, blackberry. See, when you grow up in Arkansas, you go beyond just the peach cobbler. You got apple, you got blueberry, you got black. I mean, any kind of cobbler you want. We got the extended versions of the cobbler.
Listen, cousin Pearlie said, "Charles, I got you on the homemade banana pudding the next time you're in Arkansas."
That is my absolute favorite dessert. If you don't know, banana pudding is number 1 on my list for dessert. What's your number 1 dessert?
Ice cream.
Ice cream?
I love ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
Usually, so I like vanilla ice cream because I like to make shakes. And I was getting ready to say that AJ said my challenge is ice cream and milkshakes. See, I like strawberry shake, so I like vanilla ice cream, French vanilla to be exact. French vanilla ice cream,
like
pour the
some ice
strawberry soda in there. Oh my God, in heaven.
Right.
Yes.
It seemed like I'm not just by my see, that's the beauty of community. I was feeling bad that I love all these sweets. But bro, thanks for coming to the rescue. AJ's in here. It seemed like we all
Sanders said homemade cookies.
Oh, they all warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, Dominique said, "Pearlie Newton, I want to invite also."
So
cuz he put cuz on the
so hey. And I welcome my bro, because my bro, when I come home, shout out to him and my sister-in-law. I just call her my sister because anything going on, they always pull up. So I welcome them to come. If you don't mind, cousin Pearlie. Now, bro, you only going to get 20% of the banana pudding. I just want to say that early now. Now let's say,
20%?
because I'm driving from Oklahoma.
Well, I get okay.
Because I got to bring something back with me.
Yeah, so
but
the preference, I get
good for a serving of it.
Right.
You get to taste it a little bit. Right.
Martisha Chow says soft chocolate chip cookies with milk.
Melt in your mouth.
Sheila said her weakness is cheesecake, any flavor. It don't matter, just cheesecake.
Let me tell you something. And see, this is why you got to do your homework. I didn't like cheesecake forever. You know why?
Why?
because I was like, who wants to eat a block of cheese on crust? And I ain't lying to Molly. I'm serious too. I did not
Father
eat
God in
cheesecake until I was grown. It looked like cheese. I'm looking at that like now. I like a grilled cheese. I like cheese on some, but I am not gonna eat a slice. Because when they said cheesecake, my mind was literally thinking cheese.
Like the block of government cheese.
Exactly. That was even worse. Because government cheese, you eat that much government cheese, it'll shut your whole body down. You'll go offline. Your system, you have to reset your system to eat that much government cheese. But I literally thought that was that until I was grown. And somebody said, "No, you got to taste it."
Hilarious.
But cheesecake is bomb. It's good.
Yes. All right. Laura said chocolate lava cake. Now that's good with ice cream, vanilla ice cream scoop on top. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. What? I don't even know.
You see how this is a community show, y'all.
Right.
The community wake up. And now
Cousin Pearlie says she got Donnie. She got Donnie. All
right, bro. You good. We'll pull up. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you want to right now, click share. We're just having fun, but we're talking about the real things that go on. We create the community wake up. One, to just wake up. And two, it's a lot of stuff going on that we want to make sure our community is informed on serious issues that affect us every day.
Yes. So here we go back to where we started before we got caught up on food.
Set.
I don't know how we got on that.
Let's bring it back
anyway, let's come on back.
We know everybody desserts now, so whenever you have potluck and all that, we got y'all. I'm gonna screenshot all this stuff.
Right. So what does it really mean when we talk about healing our community, especially when it comes to health and safety? Healing isn't just emotional, it's physical, it's mental, it's environmental, and it's relational. A healed community is a safer and healthier community. When people are overwhelmed, stressed, or traumatized, it shows up in our neighborhoods. It shows up like conflict. It shows up in our emergency rooms. It shows up in our schools and our homes. Healing starts when we address the root causes, not just the symptoms. From a health standpoint, healing means access to mental health services and resources, safe spaces to talk about stress and trauma, preventative care. That's what you were talking about. Preventative care, not just crisis care, supporting families before they break. From a safety standpoint, healing means de-escalation instead of retaliation. I think I need to say that again. De-escalation instead of retaliation. It means conflict resolution instead of violence, trust between residents and institutions, community members looking out for one another. Health and safety are connected. When people feel supported, they make healthier choices. When people feel heard, they're less likely to lash out. When neighborhoods have resources, crime and crisis decrease. Healing also means rest. It means grace. It means accountability with compassion, because you cannot build safety on fear. You build safety on stability. So if we want safer streets and stronger neighborhoods, we must also invest in emotional wellness, trauma-informed care, and community connection. Healing the community isn't soft work, it's foundational work. Healthy people build safe communities. Safe communities support healthy people. And the cycle begins with intention.
Yeah, I like that, Damali. I'm glad we're addressing this today because I just want us to have long life. Longevity. Because we spoke a little bit about this on yesterday. I want to get back to us being able to live longer.
Yeah.
I lost so many friends and classmates last year and the year before. And it bothers you when the people your age start passing away.
Absolutely.
And it's not like it was a car accident or something. It's like just life, and you're thinking, man, how am I losing friends to heart attacks and strokes and all this different stuff? But they're in their 40s. When I think about it, we asked this yesterday. So Damali, I'm going to ask this again because we got a lot of new people on. How old was your grandparents or your great-grandparents?
So my mother said on yesterday that my great-grandfather was 116.
Think about that, y'all. Her great-grandfather lived to get 116. And nowadays, kids got high blood pressure at 16. A whole century early. So that's why we got to make adjustments to the things that we do. My grandparents lived to get into their 80s. And my best friend, Willie Slaughter, people from Arkansas going to know exactly what I'm talking about, lived to get to 103. But I think back then, it wasn't all this processed food and all of that stuff. I think they lived off the land more. And I think they was more peaceful, too. There was a little bit more peace going on back in the day. I mean, it was still conflict. We've always had to overcome something.
Right.
But when you think about just your wellness and maybe when you said self-care, when Damali hears self-care, why is that important?
I think self-care because you have to take time for yourself and for you. And let me tell y'all, that's easier said than done.
Right.
And especially in my world. In my world, because like I said, I'm the oldest sibling.
Right.
So I grew accustomed to taking care of everybody else before I took care of myself.
So let's say we're going to focus on self-care for women.
Wellness Wednesday. On
Wellness Wednesday. Tell them why it's important, Damali, because, man, most sisters, their story is like yours. But why is it important? And then what do you personally do to do self-care? Because a lot of people, we don't know they need self-care until they're in emergency room.
Right.
They're in urgent care. They done fell out somewhere, you know, and those kind of things. We don't know. We don't even know what it is. But a lot of times I think the mental breakdown, you know, the anxiety attacks. Women we don't know they need self-care those kind of things happen. And we got to do better. But for yourself personally, what do you do? And what can you speak to the women in terms of self-care and what you do and why it's important?
Well, so this is the thing, and I've learned this throughout the past 6 years from Dr. Perdue being on the show and then actually doing research myself about, you know, communities and what we face, meaning in the African American community. And one of the things that I found out is that we have the highest rate. Black women have the highest rate of heart attack, stroke, and hypertension.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And the reason why is because we're taking care of everybody else and neglecting ourselves.
Right.
You know, so we're not exercising like we should. We're not eating what we should because we're making sure everybody else eat and we get the leftovers, you know, and those may not be the healthiest things to eat. Right. And so for me, what I try to do, and I have actually fallen off, I used to go and once a month get a massage. Just once a month, get a 90-minute massage, and I would just go in and just woosah and just kind of calm my brain.
Probably fall straight to sleep too, huh?
No, not sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I would be woke, but other times I do fall asleep sometimes. But just to calm myself, to center myself. One of the things that I have done for maybe my daughter's 28 years old, so probably about 30 years or so, I always go get my nails done. And that is just a moment for me to just sit and be. Typically there's other women in the shop that I know. So we're, communing and, talking to each other about, whatever is just regular shop talk.
Right.
But it's an opportunity for us as women to get together and just chit chat about, things that are happening in the news or, whatever's going on, what we did over the weekend, whatever. So that's another thing that I try to do is just to go and do that. I used to go get my hair done a lot, but that I don't do that much anymore. My daughters do it now. But, going to the beauty shop was another place, was about, taking care of myself physically, because I feel like if I look good physically, then I'm going to feel better, period.
Right.
And so just trying to do those things. But I think I need to do a better job of, one, getting back to the spa thing, and doing the massage, and then two, getting back into the gym, consistently, but with the new morning show and all that, things kind of get crazy, but we kind of settling into where we are.
So your self-care checklist would be getting a massage, probably at least every other week. Another self-care is getting manicure, pedicure, so you can relax and kind of talk a little bit with your sisters about things going on in the world. And then another is kind of getting back to the gym. So you kind of woosah and do that as well. I think men need a little self-care too.
I agree.
I think men need it too, because men, they be in the fire, especially if you're a man and you working 12 hours. You got one of these jobs, you 12 hours a day, you don't get a day off for 90 days and all of that. That is a lot.
That's a lot.
So I don't think it's a bad idea for me when I think about men. Brothers, go to the chiropractor.
Oh, that's a good one.
Girl,
that's a really good
I'm glad Dr. Rogers is on here. She said, Charles, I got something for you for your birthday. What's happening? And and Dr. Tamika, she is just so amazing. One, because she works with youth kids. She's so loving, so kind, and so sharp and in tune to what's going on. But she made Brother Charles go to the chiropractor.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. This man lined me up. I'm telling you, I felt like I had a brand new body. So if you're a man and you haven't ever been to the chiropractor, because I know I go sometime, go and get yourself aligned. I'm now 1.5 inches taller, and I can appreciate that. I just didn't know from the weight of the stuff that I do every day that I needed. My neck popped.
Yes.
I needed my ankle popped. Everything got popped and cracked.
But you know what? Something about going to the chiropractor. Like I will say this, Dr. Saki, amazing.
Top level.
Yes,
top notch.
Top notch, right here in our own community. If you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, go and check her out. Dr. Shavonda Pinnell. She does an amazing job with that. And she has this water bed, thing with this thing that rolls down your back. Oh God, it's like heaven. But I will say this. When I very first went, I didn't know what to expect at a chiropractor because I never went and got adjusted.
You know what you just did? You just hijacked my segment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's why men, you see what I'm saying? That's why men can't get self-care. So she just hijacked. Now I just sat over here and chill and let her do this whole thing. I like to get my nails done with my girls. I like to get my mani and my pedi. Then I go to the gym. Now I'm trying to say the brothers need some self-care. You're hijacking. Back to me. You see what I'm talking about? See, this is why I'm saying men need self-care too. You know what I'm talking about? Because sometimes we can be in the back in the corner and we don't really exist. But men have feelings. Men have emotions, believe it or not. And sometimes you got to think about it, even like Father's Day. Father's Day is like ranked 100. Like Mother's Day is ranked number 1. But when you come to Father's Day, Halloween coming for us, the Easter Bunny coming for us, President's Day. I'm serious.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Get the list. I'm telling you, I'm being serious.
I'm gonna get the list.
Father's Day is like number 30. But anyway, fathers, we got to do
30?
Some self-care. And sometimes might be a little men talk where you can talk a little bit and relax. So back to you, Damali.
No, I was just gonna say because it made me remember the first time that I went to the chiropractor.
Right.
And they, she's like popping your leg over her and doing this and doing that. And when she cracked my neck, I was like, oh God, I'm gone. I was like,
you thought that was the end?
I thought that was the end,
right.
But it wasn't. So don't be afraid like I was. I mean, it works and you do feel taller. Right. And you do feel 1,000 times better because you don't even know that you're not aligned. You don't really realize that you're not aligned.
Let's go to the live. We got a lot of stuff going on. Let's hit some people on the live. Oh, I forgot you can't see
Marquis said Father's Day is number 30.
See, I didn't make that up. We back to the live, y'all.
Absolutely. That is funny. Dr. Tamika said getting nails done and beauty shops does the opposite of relax for me. What? She said, but I love to stretch and yoga and the chiropractor.
That's good.
She said the chiropractor complete spot. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that. Marquis said we definitely need self-care, talking about men. Laura Roberts says, I love going to Elon's salon and getting my hair washed.
Man.
Now, let me tell you something about that. Those of you who are from Tulsa, Oklahoma, who lived in North Tulsa know about Koji's Beauty Salon.
Right.
Koji's Beauty Salon was ran by Miss Ferdine Willis. She's gone on to be with the Lord now. But Miss Ferdine Willis had her son, Gus, working in that salon. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, Gus was the best hair washer ever on planet Earth.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I love getting in the bowl and letting. I didn't want nobody else to wash my hair except Gus.
Because I think what you get is you get your hair washed and a scalp massage.
Yes. Honey.
All at the same time. Yes. I feel that right now. And I ain't even barely got any hair. But I might just try it, But that sounds good.
Yes. Laura Roberts said some quiet time with her Bible and prayers is most effective. Absolutely.
Right.
Tamika said float therapy. That's what it's called. That's it, Tamika. Float therapy.
Right.
Yes, you're right. Dominique says, yes, Lord, I go see Dr. Paul here in Malvern sometimes because I am an industrial worker and it's needed. Absolutely.
Right, bro. Appreciate that.
Let me see. Marquise. So Dr. Tamika says, yes, you have to insist on men to make time for self-care. Absolutely. So that's some of the comments that we had. So you guys make sure that you're having self-care. So it is 25 past the hour.
Man, this show going by fast.
I know, right? Like, man, we got lots to talk about. So let's find out what health professionals are saying about how we heal our communities. So doctors and therapists and public health experts and trauma specialists are clear about one thing. Community healing starts with addressing trauma, building connections, and improving access to care. Healing the community isn't just about medicine. It's about environment, relationships, and opportunity. Health professionals say many of the challenges we see, meaning violence, chronic disease, addiction, anxiety, and burnout, are connected to unresolved stress and long-term trauma.
Man.
When people live in constant stress, blood pressures rise, immune systems weaken, decision-making becomes reactive, and mental health declines. So healing starts with reducing that stress at the root. Experts emphasize three major pillars. One is trauma-informed care. Professionals are encouraging communities to adopt trauma-informed approaches, meaning we ask, what happened to you instead of what's wrong with you?
I love that. Say that one more time, Damali.
We ask, what happened to you
Right.
instead of what's wrong with you? We respond with support instead of shame. We understand behavior through the lens of lived experience. So trauma-informed communities are safer communities. Number two, connection and social support. Health research consistently shows that strong relationships improve health outcomes. Isolation increases depression and illness, which we talk about that all the time.
Right.
You tell people to let the shades back up, right? Connection improves resilience and recovery. That's why professionals recommend community gatherings, mentorship programs, safe spaces for youth, and faith and support networks. Healing happens in community, not in isolation.
I think that's what a lot of people miss is you feel like when you're going through stuff, you need to go through it by yourself. And we have to stop doing that because we are designed to be social. We designed to be together. You know, that's why I think that when you think about our great-grandparents, everybody was at grandma's house. It's like the farther you go back, the more we understand that. You got to think family reunions came from slavery when we used to all get back together because everybody was lost all over the place. Because if you notice, we're the only culture that does family reunions. Nobody else does family reunions.
Not
so
like
that's
we do.
not like
in
we
the
do.
Black community.
And that's why it's so important to do that because when we come together, sometimes just a hug, how you been doing, good to see you. Sometimes it's good just for somebody to say, hey, how you doing today? You know, a smile or something. So just remember, sometimes when you're sitting there by yourself, always have you somebody that you can call, that you can laugh with and talk to that can help you through stuff. Just don't deal with the stuff by yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So number three, access to mental and preventative care. Health leaders stress the importance of affordable mental health services, preventative screenings, early intervention, and school-based health resources. Waiting for crisis costs more emotionally and financially than prevention. And that is absolutely true.
Right.
Addressing social determinants of health. Health professionals also remind us that healing requires stable housing,
Right.
employment opportunities, safe neighborhoods, and access to healthy foods. Because health is shaped by where we live, learn, work, and gather. What this means for us, according to experts, healing our community requires reducing stigma around mental health, encouraging rest and emotional wellness, supporting families early, investing in safe environments, and strengthening trust between systems and residents. Healing is not a quick fix, it's steady, consistent, collective work. And here's the hopeful part. Research shows that communities that invest in wellness, prevention, and connection see measurable improvements in safety, stability, and long-term health. Healthy people build healthy communities. And when we prioritize emotional resilience, access to care, and connection, we don't just treat illness, we build wholeness.
Hey, we're at the bottom of the hour. Man, we only got 30 more minutes left. We're going to take a real quick break because we got partners like Theater North and others. We're going to get y'all these updates. But when we come back on the live, let us know the wellness tips that you have. What are things that you do to woosah to help? Because this is a community radio show, not just us. So we want to hear those things so we can have local and national input. So the things that you do, give us your top 3 things you do to take care of your mental health. What are the things you do with your family to help look out for your kids and their mental health? We want to hear from you as we go to this quick little break. When we come back, we're going to go to the live. We're going to read those things, and we got some other exciting news coming up right here on the Community Wake Up. We'll be right back after this break.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 20 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated. The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. It's the Community Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up with Charles and
Damali.
And we are back. Remember, we're live on NYCU.FM. We're live on YouTube, the official World One Development News you can use. We're live on KBOB 89.9 FM. And remember the juice for you high schoolers that want to get in media, 9th through 12th grade, we got y'all. You too can be here on the Wake Up one day. Hey, today is the mid-week reset. On hump day, we're going to get y'all over the hump. We're talking about healing and community today.
Yes.
Damali, I'm so excited about it. There's so many people on the live. And here's the thing, Damali, we got to look out for each other.
That part.
Just like that. So remember, we're live Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So you wake up with us. Now, wake up, meaning one, y'all need to get up. Don't be sleeping all day. But number two, there's a lot going on in the community. We want to make sure we wake you up to those things, local, national, and international. This is day number 8. We turned up, y'all. Y'all stay turned up with us. Let's go to the live.
Okay, so Arlisha Walker is with us. Hey, Arlisha,
what's
how
up,
are you?
family?
Jeremiah Blackwell.
Oh, the maestro.
Yes.
What's up?
Uncle Brian said to avoid trauma, sometimes you have to cut negative people out of your life and be the person you need to be so that you do what you need to do to survive.
Uncle Brian, I came to your house. I seen a sign that said, do not enter. Now, the next time I come back, you better don't be putting that do not enter on me. Now, I didn't acknowledge you on the show. You need to acknowledge me, my brother.
All right, we got the Cherokee Nation Tribal Council District 5, Ashley Grant on the line.
What's up, Ashley?
All right. No, we ain't gonna talk about cheese on ramen noodles. We got Jeff Love.
Jeff Love, what's up, Jeff? Thanks for tuning in.
Princess Osborne.
Prince. Look, that's my man right there from the Creole.
Yeah.
Now he can tell all the stories. Appreciate you locking in with us.
David and Donna Jones.
Hey, they live today. Not secret listeners. Man, this is one of my favorite couples of all time, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Of course, Sora Gina's in.
Gina, what's up with the blue?
Okay.
All right.
Cousin Pearlie Newton.
Hey, you know that. See, you got me thinking about banana pudding. See, that's what threw me off. See, right now I'm just trying to get it right, but I can't. Well, I might make a trip home tomorrow. Okay. I might make a trip home today. No, I'm just saying it'll be a little.
Right. All right. Of course, you know you got your brother Dominique Harper online. Yes. AJ's in the building. We got Ernestine Broom.
Miss Broom, you're royalty. We got to see you. We just gonna have to just pull up on you. Love you, miss you.
Okay, of course. And let's see, we got DeLorean Sanders, our community police officer.
I can't wait for him to come back. So remember, in March, the police report is coming back. It's important to bridge that gap between our police officers and our community, because we don't want to fuss and fight. We want to get into the protecting and the serving piece, not the roughing up piece.
Exactly. exactly. That part. K. Michelle Baker is watching.
Welcome to the show, K. Michelle.
All right, and let's see who else do we have. Looks like Courtney Berry.
Cousin,
Yes.
first cousin. What's
Yeah.
up, Courtney?
Lisa Tooney is watching.
What's up, Lisa? Welcome to the show.
LaQuisha Nelson.
Miss Nelson, welcome to the show.
Yes. Ms. Renee, that's me.
That's me. You better ask
She over
somebody.
there with them glasses. She got all the fly glasses. If you need to
All
get your
of
eyes
'em.
checked, go check her out.
All of them.
Yeah, she be doing all the most. Let's see who else is on here. Laura Roberts said
Okay, Laura.
Native Americans do too. When we were talking about family reunion, she said Native Americans do too. That's why they have the powwows.
Boy, and I've been to a powwow.
Man,
And I
love any type of cultural event, and I love powwows.
and I go straight. You want to find me at the powwow? Go straight to the Indian tacos. You can find if you have never had an Indian
He
taco.
always got something that he gonna eat.
Look, I
somewhere.
like to culturally experience the food first because if I like your food, I like you. So at the
Right.
end of the day, if you go to a powwow, trust me when I say that. Check out the powwow because it's dope.
Mhm.
That's number
Yes,
one.
yes.
But them Indian tacos are to be desired. I'm
I
telling
know
you.
they are really good. Uncle Brian says hot shower, good music, and a person to love you by your side.
Boy, Uncle Brian, now you talking
Saying
now.
something. Laura Roberts said making time for family and with friends, also taking time to care for others helps you too. It makes you feel really good.
Absolutely.
Let's see. AJ said, as you always say, Big Rock, health is wealth. Family time together when we do outings along with traveling trips, walking on trails to be in tune with the peacefulness of nature, and massages is what he does. So that's his three things.
I think what helps when you go on a trip
Mhm.
depends on who coordinating the trip, who is actually getting some good wellness. So
Right.
if mama is coordinating the trip, I don't think the trip is really a vacation. Whoever got to coordinate the trip is really not on vacation because they're making sure the kids, the adults, where we're going to eat, where we're going to go. So I'm just saying trade off on who coordinates the trip.
Mhm.
So if mama is the one that needs the mental health break, don't let her coordinate the trip. But then she's not really on vacation because you take
So
care
she's
of
doing all
everybody.
the stuff,
So
yeah.
remember to switch that back and forth or find a way to do it together where both parents get breaks within the trip.
Yes.
Like, okay, mama, you got us out here. So now you go get your massage.
Mhm.
I'm going to take the kids to the park
Yes.
and vice versa.
So Laura Roberts said, and I remember this, she said during the teacher strike, she said, I spent time up north with the kids, some of my best memories,
Yeah.
and how I met both of you for the first time. Absolutely.
I remember that, Lori. I remember that like
Yes.
yesterday. And thank you so much because we don't remember those acts of kindness.
Mhm.
Because what people don't realize during that time is our teachers was fed up with not getting paid. And so they was marching to the Capitol,
Mhm.
everybody. And for us in our community, what we realized and reacted to is, oh man, if school is closed, here's the bottom line in our community, we understood that our kids would not have a meal. So what we did is we opened up our EduRec building.
Mhm.
We had about 200 kids for 3 weeks. Thank God the strike was over because we was down to peanut butter and jelly, doing what we could, but nevertheless, that's how we connected.
Yes, absolutely. So Miss Renee, and she put a long message in the chat. So those of you who are online, check her out. But she does vision screenings.
Yes.
And she said vision screenings matter. She does those over at the Shade Room. It's DA Shade Room Eyewear. So she's vision impaired and she had vision loss. So she's partnered with several other folks
Right.
to actually do vision screenings all across the city. And so she is wanting to make sure that you follow them as they go on tour. And
Right.
they're just going around touring, talking about vision and vision screening. So that's really good. Thank you for that. And then, of course, my older sister, Teresa Elliott, is
The
watching as well.
oldest sister.
Yes.
You see how you have to do that?
Right. All right. So we're going to do our small business spotlight.
Hey, this is my favorite part of the show. And remember, you don't have to be in Tulsa to get the small business spotlight.
Mhm.
We got Louisville on, we got Texas, we got Arkansas, we got Florida, we got many, many people on. So if you have a small business doing big things in your community, let us know about them and we will spotlight them on the show.
Okay, so this morning's small business spotlight is all about leadership, growth, and intentional development. We're highlighting Strategic Mentoring Network
Yes.
right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We want to spotlight Strategic Mentoring Network and Miss Talisha Autry.
Yes.
Over there. It's a Tulsa-based organization dedicated to strengthening individuals, leaders, and communities through mentorship, strategy, and intentional guidance. Strategic Mentoring Network focuses on building capacity, helping people clarify their vision, sharpen their leadership skills, and develop practical strategies for growth. They help people move from idea to action and from potential to progress. Whether working with entrepreneurs, emerging leaders, youth, or organizations, Strategic Mentoring Network understands that success isn't accidental, it's strategic. They provide mentorship and coaching, leadership development, strategic planning support, and tools for sustainable growth. In a time when clarity and direction matter more than ever, organizations like Strategic Mentoring Network play a critical role in helping people build with purpose. As a Tulsa-based organization, they are investing directly into the strength and future of our community. That is today's Small Business Spotlight, Strategic Mentoring Network. Talisa Atri over there, building leaders and strengthening Tulsa, one strategy at a time.
I love that. Talisa, thank you. She gave us a donation the first day of our show.
Yes.
And hopefully she can get people to lead by example. But she was the first one, our very first show on that Monday.
Mm-hmm.
She heard what we was talking about. She saw the platform. She said, I love what y'all are doing. I want to meet you guys. So we met. She gave us a nice donation to scholarship kids to EdRec, to our spring break camp. And we appreciate her. And I'm glad we lighted her organization today. Because when you think about strategic mentoring for youth, our youth right now, they dealing with some challenges, Damali.
Yes.
Our youth right now, are you concerned about the youth? Or are you okay? How do you feel about the youth? Right? I know we got a Youth and Family Fun Center, but are you encouraged, discouraged? Where we at with Damali?
I would say that I'm kind of middle of the road because it depends on what youth you talk to. Right? There are some youth that, we need to focus and we need to work really hard with them. But there are a lot of youth that are really doing great things. It's just that we don't have enough conversations with them to understand and see things from their perspective. So I'm kind of middle of the road, because I want to be able to be a vessel that they can use to help them get to that next level, and to be the example that they need. So I don't want to, sway too far to the left or to the right. I just want to stay in the middle so that I am open and willing to hear what it is that they are talking about and what it is that they're going through and how I can support them.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm concerned about our youth simply because they have to deal with social media every day. It's they never turn it off. When we were kids, for us, about midnight, this weird song came on and our TV went off. Everybody
and
had
the
to go
snow
to bed.
came on
The snow came on the screen. We're like, what the heck is this? So it was over. But nowadays, 24/7, their brain is just bombarded with all this different information.
And it's from
everywhere.
the phone. It's not.
And it's from the phone, TV, wherever you get it, just digital. This digital age is crazy. I remember us having a Girl Scout program at EdRec. And my concern was it was 25 high school, 7th grade to 12th grade. They used to meet every Monday. And me and Damali went by and we prayed with them. The thing about it, the biggest thing was suicide. The crazy thing is like 2 of the girls right at that time had attempted suicide and 1 was successful. You talking about the young kids. So when I see the suicide rates so high, I'm concerned about that, Damali. I'm concerned about all these school shootings. You know what I mean? Not just school, but also college. So I'm concerned about our youth and our young people because I'm like, what is going on in the world where it seemed like the value of life? When we was little, if somebody got killed, we all be traumatized forever. But now it seems like with the younger generation, I mean, it can get pretty crazy. If somebody might get shot, they go live like it's not even happening. So it's like they desensitized to even death and all that stuff, like no fear of any of those things. And I think that's extremely concerning because, man, nobody wants to lose a child, but we want them to have the same value we have for their lives. And for me, it seemed like that component is gone. I don't know what happened where death is like. And look, even me talking to my own kids, I asked them, I'm like, now, unless it happened to their partner.
Right.
Outside of that, when I asked them when somebody passed away, they'd be like, it don't really matter. If it don't have nothing to do with us, we just kind of move on. But we got to have passion for others and compassion when things like that happen. But anyway, thank you to Talisa for having this strategic mentoring program for our youth so we can connect better.
Absolutely. So it's 15 before the hour. It's currently 41 degrees if you're in Tulsa. So we're going to go ahead and hit our community alert. There's some stuff we want you to know.
Right.
So we're going to hit the community alert.
Get your pen and pad out.
Get your pen and pad
Look
out.
on the live. Can I hit the live right quick? A couple of messages on there. Shella Bell said, I generally like burning scented candles.
Oh man.
And listen to smooth, calming music. Girl, you're gonna make me leave the radio station right now. You just said something right there. Vicki Williams, welcome to the show. Miss Renee, that's me, locked in, of course, and that's good stuff. Uncle Brian said that now girls are doing the school shootings.
Oh.
Now that's even more frightening.
Yes.
That even now, girl, think about that. I didn't even know that myself. Did you? I didn't even think for that, Uncle Brian. Yeah. But that's scary to even think about. It was a young lady last year, beautiful young lady, make straight A's in school, on her way to college. And after the first day of school, she just got a belt, went in her closet and hung herself and killed herself because her boyfriend was fussing with her. Think like I'm gonna take my life because my boyfriend not getting along. Now I'm a straight A student. I'm on my way to college, but my boyfriend is not. Me and my boyfriend are having a disagreement, and for that I'm gonna get a belt, go into the closet, hang myself. I'm 18 years old and my life is gone. So that's something. That's where our mental health is important. Start asking your kids what's going on. Don't let them just go around the house and close the door and lock the door. You got to get in there. You got to kick that door down if you have to, because it's better to have your baby around than to feel like you got to be so sensitive around them. No, we got to get back up close. Now, respect each other's space and privacy, but we got to find a way to communicate better.
Absolutely.
All right.
So community alert. There are scholarship opportunities available. Over $770,000 in scholarships.
How much?
$770,000 available for Oklahoma students.
You want to go back to school?
No, I'm done.
Wait, hold on. How much money is available now? Hold on. Think about what I'm saying.
$770,000.
And you don't want to go back and get none of that money.
No, I'm done.
We're going to give it to the kids.
We'll give it to the kiddos.
Come on, kids.
My
Y'all kids
is coming up.
Get this money. Okay, let's give it to the kids. Yeah, I was going to go back.
No. I'm done.
With my backpack, I got a backpack. If they give me about 10,000, I'll go.
Listen, after Developers Academy, I'm done. That's like, no, I'm over.
You over? Okay, let's get to the
so we're open. This is open to 9th through 12th graders. They will test your knowledge on Oklahoma history and geography. You need to register by February 27th at oklahomahof.com. We've got a request for you guys.
Got a request.
The Black Wall Street rally needs your help. Okay. They have been voted one of USA Today's best cultural festivals,
Right.
But now it's up to the community. So this is where we need your help. They need your votes now through March the 2nd at 11:59 a.m. You can go to 10best.usatoday.com and then you'll be able to see on that link, you'll be able to see where you can go vote. And there's a list of several different organizations. I went and pulled the list right before we started the show today. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see that?
Where's the Black Wall Street rally? Where they have it? We got a lot of people in from all over the place.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma. Charles has on the shirt right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street.
Right.
Right on Greenwood.
Yeah.
Greenwood Avenue. The Black Wall Street rally happens. What Black Wall Street rally is it's a motorcycle rally. For anybody who's a motorcycle enthusiast,
right,
which I am, absolutely love bikes, right? They come from all around the nation.
Everywhere.
To come
and other countries.
Ascend on Black Wall Street with their bikes. And when I tell you, it is some bikes like you ain't never seen. Some blow fire, some are low to the ground, some lift up, some got sound systems. I'm telling you, it's amazing if you love bikes. And so, I mean, there's, three-wheelers, there's just all kinds of, any type of bike you can think of, it is here. And I think last year we had like 20,000 people?
30,000. 32,000 people from all over the country descended on Tulsa on Black Wall Street, where the blueprint is for the weekend. And I want to say they spent millions of dollars. They booked out all of the hotels. And what I like about the Black Wall Street rally, it dispels the myth that motorcycle riders are just gangsters and thugs and want to do a lot of crazy stuff. All I met was doctors, lawyers, business owners, entrepreneurs, and all of that stuff. But I'm telling you, Divine Nine was in the building and all that. So this thing is built around culture, history, education. There's a lot more to it than just riding the bikes. But them bikes do be clean now. They be clean. So the leaderboard right now, you can see Black Wall Street Rally is number 1. You see that on the leaderboard? They're up there, number 1. And so we want them to win. What want
I
them
don't know.
to do?
I think they just get bragging rights, and probably some advertisement in USA Today about the event, and probably going to get some promotions here in town when the rally happens May 15th through 16th.
Now check this out. Now, guess who was the host of the Black Wall Street rally in 2025? Yours truly, me and Damali. We hosted the rally for 2 days, from 10 to at night. Zap came up, so we're gonna post some pictures today along with the flyer. And again, Damali talks about advertising, marketing, all of that. So we help market, advertise, and we hosted the rally. And now, guess what? Black Wall Street, we have an opportunity to be #1 cultural event in the country.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now,
That's what I'm talking
my
about.
older sister Teresa said she already voted. Now, one thing you need to know is that you can vote every day to help Black Wall Street Rally earn national recognition. So you go on every single day, you place your vote, keep them in the #1 ranking. So again, voting closes March the 2nd at 11:59 a.m. So make sure that you vote. Vote every single day.
Can I add this in, Damali? I always try to make sure everybody feels the love at the table. It's called a Black Wall Street rally because it's on Black Wall Street. Black, white, green, yellow, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, everybody be at the rally. I just want to say that because sometimes when you hear Black Wall Street, people get a little nervous. It's called Black Wall Street because we have it on Black Wall Street. But this rally is off the chain. So shout out to Marcus, shout out to Brandon, shout out to their team. Thank you for trusting us to host the Black Wall Street rally because the model, we're going to be turned up. We win that #1. We the host of the #1 cultural event in the country.
Yes, that's another.
That's the community wake up.
Community. And so this is what it says. This is bigger than a vote. It's about legacy. Black Wall Street Rally isn't just a festival. It's a living tribute to resilience, culture, and economic empowerment rooted right here in Tulsa. Being recognized by USA Today as best cultural festival means the story of Black Wall Street continues to be told on a national stage. Please vote daily, share proudly. Your vote helps elevate a movement that educates, empowers, and uplifts our community. Let's show the world what Black Wall Street represents.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. They say the world goes as Black Wall Street go.
Absolutely.
Now, Damali and I done did some filming. She ain't gonna tell you about that. So it's some little festival filming coming out. So you might see a little something on the silver screen again. Damali, she done dressed all the way up. She don't even want to tell y'all nothing about it. But I'll give you a little sneak peek. But I'm telling you now, we did some filming for the TV and all of that. So yours truly might just be showing up once we win this on that silver screen to show you how we get down right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That part. Okay. EduRec Spring Break Camp is now accepting registrations. It is $60 for the week. That comes with breakfast, lunch, a snack. We're going to be doing STEM, STEAM, and woodworking this year. So I'm super excited about that. You can go to edurectulsa.com or call us at 918-430-3947. I know we're about a month out before spring break, but you need to be thinking about what you're going to do with your kiddos before we get there. Historically in our community, and we're going to talk about it because it's a community wake up.
Right.
Y'all stop waiting to the last minute.
Come on, please.
The Monday of spring break, I get so many people coming to the desk talking about, is it too late to register my kid? Well, you already in the building now, so let's get your baby enrolled. But no, you should have already enrolled.
They know we won't tell the babies no, but at some point, y'all come on. We have to prepare meals because they're not just there. We feed them breakfast, lunch, and a healthy snack and all of that. So it really throws off the head count because Brother Charles be hungry. So I be trying to steal 2 or 3 of the meals. But see, when you don't bring your kid on time, then I got to give up my little stash that I had put up. So sign up early. And for some of you that can, let me tell you something. It's plenty that come in that cannot afford to camp. We don't turn nobody down. So when you know you got a little $60 or something that you can help, go to edurectulsa.com, click that donate button, be like, you know what, I'm gonna help a family or two, because that's gonna help us. It's gonna help family. If not, Damali, every time something don't happen, one of us gotta shell it out. So help us out with that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So the last thing is 5 before the hour. So we're gonna go through this really quickly. The last thing we're gonna talk about is rest and restoration as part of healing our community. So it says, in a world that tells us to keep pushing, keep fighting, keep proving, faith reminds us to rest, that rest is not weakness. Rest is renewal. Scripture tells us that there's a time to work and a time to be still. And sometimes the most faithful thing we can do is just pause.
That's it.
You can't pour from an empty vessel, and a community cannot heal while constantly running on empty.
Right.
Rest allows the body to recover. It allows the mind to clear. It allows the spirit to reconnect. But restoration goes even deeper. Rest is the pause. Rest is the rebuilding. Restoration means repairing what was damaged, releasing what was heavy, reclaiming what was lost, and reconnecting with hope. When we talk about healing our community, we're not just talking about programs or politics. We're talking about people who are tired, just simply tired,
Right.
families who are stretched, leaders who are carrying more than they show. Faith teaches us that restoration is possible even after long seasons of strain. Hope tells us that broken things can be rebuilt, that divided spaces can be unified, that weary hearts can be strengthened, and inspiration reminds us that healing is collective. Sometimes healing looks like forgiveness, honest conversations, seeking counseling, choosing peace over pride, or simply allowing yourself to rest without guilt. A restored community begins with restored people. So today, we encourage you to take a moment to breathe.
Right.
Release what you cannot control. Pray, reflect, meditate, and sit quietly. Allow yourself to be renewed. Because when individuals rest, families reset. And when families reset, neighborhoods strengthen. And when neighborhoods strengthen, communities heal. Rest is not retreat, it's preparation for restoration. A restoration is proof that healing is possible.
Guess who live on us?
Who
on
is
the show
live?
with us? Mama Mayor.
What? Mama Mayor, how are you, girl?
Dr. Ramona Curtis is in the
Yes,
building. We
good
saw
to
her
see you.
last night. She pulled up at the town hall meeting. Good to see you on. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you for all. Ask her about the rally. Oh, we
Yes,
were so turned up
we
at the
turned
rally,
up.
especially when Zap came out.
Okay.
He had the thing in his mouth turning flips. It was over. Henry, I see you. Welcome to the show. I'm just trying to shout out everybody that wasn't here because we only got 3 minutes before we got to go, Damali.
3 minutes. So we're going to close and start our wrap up. So tomorrow, our theme is economic power.
Right.
That's what we're going to talk about. So the whole show is going to be centered around economic power and what that means. So don't forget to like our page. Share the show with 5 friends and ask them to like our page as well. But most importantly, we want you to tune in tomorrow. And don't forget, if you would like to advertise your business, your events on our show, you can go to nycu.fm and submit an inquiry. And we have a new inquiry form. You can request us to host events and all of that. So go check it out at nycu.fm. So you just go to your whatever, whether you're using Google, Safari, whatever you're using, go up and just type in www.nycu.fm. Boom, the website is going to come up, and then just go down to the bottom and scroll down to contact us or to book us for an event.
Right.
And
Just
you'll
like
be
that.
able to see that. So I want to say the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host, which is me and Charles, and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, affiliates, organizations, committee, or other group or individual associated with NYCU.FM or KBOB 89.9 FM.
Hey, back to the live for a few minutes. Uncle Brian said he just voted.
Awesome, Uncle Brian. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Uncle Brian. I see the Cash App, $ World One Development. We do a lot in the community, local, national, international. We go to Uganda. We've scholarship 75 kids to get their education.
Yeah.
We've built a church. We've built 7 homes. We've helped them with their water system because if we have to get out of here, we got a place to go.
Got a village to
You
go
see how
to.
we look? Just in case we got to get out of here, we
Never
got a place
know.
to go. Hopefully it don't ever come to that, but that's called being prepared.
Right.
You know, because I'd rather need something. I'd rather
Have something.
have
not
something
needed.
not needed than need it
And
and
not
don't
have it.
have it. Just like that. 1 minute. Real quick, Pearlie Newton said, preach the word, Damali. With some prayers hand. Uncle Brian said, great show today. See y'all tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Absolutely. Miss Renee said she would like to do a vision screening in Tulsa downtown at the Lions Club for spring break. So, hey, we're going to keep that in mind. Also, Miss Pearlie Newton said, awesome program, Damali and Charles. Thank you for the love. But guess what? It's 9 o'clock, so we got to go. We love y'all.
Time to go.
Damali told you what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We've got over the hump together, so make sure you tune into Community Wake Up tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Love y'all, and we'll see you then. Damali, tell the people bye. Peace out.
See
Love
y'all
you.
later.
All that good stuff.